cut off Kenny S. That's an easy pickup as Kenny never even looks. Electronics looking to make a bit more money off the Thomas. Hunter last man now down. Fantastic round from Navi. A flawless conversion from Pistol.
So crazy how much has changed this year just with Navi, the top 5 in general. Like, when you brought up this is number 1 and 2 ranked team, I was like, wait a second.
You didn't believe me?
Yeah, I was like, hold on, that's actually true. Like, wait, what? How is that possible? But then Astralis, Mouse Sports at one point, you know what I mean? Like, like, it's just been such a fall for grace from some of these teams. And, yeah, it's not that Navi and G2 slipped in because they just weren't slouching. They're also have been very good. Of course, Katowice for Navi was that real amazing moment for Navi in this year and really showed us what they can do. Bit of a drop-off from there. Gestation period into the online play, and now they look like they're comfortable once again, which is great to see. So the buy is good here for both teams. Simple's already on the up. G2 favoring mobility with just a AK buy. Bomb stationed top mid waiting in this default to see if any aggressive moves will be made. It'll be a late top mid smoke here from Jack. Still open lines of sight though for Simple.
He's going to dodge a couple flashbangs, eats the follow-up, so he does have to fall off of this angle, and that enables Jax to cross over to the boxes. So a slight bit more control, but Kenny, that's a crucial error. He thinks that he can pull off the Jax, except that was with no flash, and suddenly, it's down a man. Navi, going to fall off ever so slightly. Simple instead posts up towards chair. Hunter has come out of the underpass, and they are going to flash Simple off of this angle. That's well done in order to take the ladder control. Jax is going to sit there for the moment, and you can see this B pinch starting to come into fruition. There's going to be 2 players in the apartments, and then the double cat stack. Simple, able to bring Hunter back, and he has a teammate as well, just standing on the balcony of B. That's perfecto with the MP9, just the first one. Simple still amidst them, but Flamey trades out of the back of market, and 3 survive for Navi.
It was looking like a really promising B crush there once they had turned the corner on Cat, but of course, being down a player means they can't trade out effectively. Losing Kenny S, it's obviously a big target to take down, and Simple, he had to fall back all the way to bench to help defend against the push. But it looked like G2 had created enough space to be able to pull that one out. But now they're back on pistols. Navi 3-0 this time. And yeah, they look super solid so far. Now, that sight line from Cat is obviously what was the most important thing for Simple. This next round, we'll have to see if they want to respect that position. Of course, this round, it'll just be an aim map for the CTs as the Ts try to get whatever they can. Everybody doing well already. Flamey 5-0. Electronic, I think 4-0. Simple hitting shots as usual.
On the 1st of June, one Jacob Pimp Vinicky says, quote, Now this may sound super controversial, but from what I've seen thus far in 2020, Navi winning IEM Katowice the way they did was a fluke. They were alright in the group stage at IEM, not fantastic. Ever since their Magic playoff, it's been super lackluster. I do kind of agree with that, but now that we're in the playoff stage of Dreamhack and Navi have had a little bit of time to recompose, I see a really, really well-oiled machine. I mean, look at the fantasticness of this B-hold. They give up nothing versus the Pistols.
But can you read that tweet in Pimp's voice is the main question.
Now, this may sound super controversial. No, I don't know, man. Super? I can do the super.
Pimp was German, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, NA accents, chat. NA accents.
Okay, well, 4-0 here. They have the up now on Kenny S. Simple, new look at mid, out connector. Waiting for the cross, standing in the Molotov, but his teammate's obviously going to smoke behind him here. Nate follows, and it's good establishing round for the T's here, top mid control. Hunter in the underpass. The CTs, they press though. They do not want to give up too much space. Good to try to find these fights if you feel okay about it. Hunter's going to know somebody has run to the other side of window.
Little Molotov to the bottom of mid here. We feel the pressure, it seems. Navi. Double back, grabbing bomb for G2. This is weird. Bomb's rotating towards A while the players leave.
Yeah, I love the A defense. It's very fluid right now. Everybody's floating, responding to a lot of different situations. Yep. I think ultimately you see like a lot of holes in this game plan if there isn't a lot of awareness about exactly what the T's are doing, but they're responding to what they know. Now, moving back into positions, getting ready for this A hit.
Yeah.
I think we can feel it.
Remember, there was the op that moved over from the A site back towards middle, so I believe he makes a little bit of sound on ramp. That gets the attention of Simple. So this would be the Kenny S versus Simple fight, except Kenny left for mid. They are going to try to flash past the top of ramp. Boomich, deep stairs peek. That one works for him. Simple's going to drop the shot, and that enables G2 to cross over to Tetris. But this is a classic trap. You've gotten stuck on Tetris, and you need somebody to crack open this bomb site. It looks like Kenny could be their man. He comes in from connector. Oh, has cover, and the quick shot versus electronic. Oh, another! Perfecto! Dropped off of catwalk, but the time nearly plays out here for Flamey. He's got 2 T's already tagged up really low, and with this M4, he needs to find Kenny. He's going to peek down into the bottom of mid, tag him ever so slightly. Kenny's now down. Bomb, 1/3 of the way gone already, but you know Flamey's going to play this fast pace. He runs up the staircase, and he sees nothing. G2 giving him an opening. That's Nexa going in for the duel, leaving it all on Amanek. But with the double flash, the smoke, and the bomb so far gone, you've got to think he has this, and he wastes no time. Amanek clutching, and G2 taking their first round.
Man, G2 squeeze water from stone with that Kenny peek. This first kill, that's not even a shoulder peek. Boomich barely showing anything. Electronic going down with this Kodak moment from Kenny S. Beautiful flicks. Oh my god, an unbelievable taste. This is Navi responding perfectly to both mid control, the A ramp pressure. They knew the A hit was coming. They even flashed and got the first kill on A ramp after establishing and not dying versus mid. That was an amazing round from G2 on an individual level, despite Navi having a great defense, floating and reacting at every single turn.
Kenny S. It's always nice to see him looking on points, and he hits Boomich. Goes for the second. Boomich dancing with death on the back of that A site, but then Kenny S immediately decides to move over towards B. It seems like G2 want to commit off of this. Flamey, good angle, in from the window. Can't manage to hold the entirety of Valk, but Simple, he'll help out. And a 2 versus 3 is what ensues. They're still waiting for Kenny S to come over, and if he had flashbangs or smokes, then maybe Nexa can be given a little bit more space, but instead Kenny peeks. Oh, and Nexa, he brings this back down to the 1 versus 1. We were distracted by the scope. It's really on Nexa, and he takes all 3.
Another 3K to win it for G2 when they had no business doing so. They get the early damage in with Kenny S on the A ramp, but the entire time the CTs are fully aware of the thought of B. Of course, the only thing you're trying to do to get into B is get the attention off of the window for 1 second so you can jump out. Once that player is in your sight, it's a complete infestation of the terrorists, but they couldn't stop that first player, and he thought it'd be for sure over until Nexa pulls out a round like that. Round 7, it's a fiery start. It's great CT defense from Navi. Individuals coming through for G2. This is exactly what we wanted out of this matchup.
So far delivering. I mean, Flamey even almost getting that 1 versus 3, and that wasn't even a winning round. So we've had some shining moments already. We are 6 rounds deep in what's going to be an incredible best of 3. I'm just going to ask, who do you have? If you had predictions before this started, we filled them out. What did you go with?
I think I went with Navi. I think I went with Navi 2-1. I feel like a lot of these games are so close to call. I wasn't sure, honestly, about almost any of the predictions besides like the Furia matchup maybe. Everything else was like, this is probably a 2-1. I don't know who wins the third map.
I feel you. I did the exact same thing. 2-1 result, but I took the favor of G2. I knew that Mirage and Dust 2 were going to come into the map veto. Like, that was the given. The question mark was the third, And I think that letting our predictions hinge on that third map, I think everybody's... If you think this is a clear cookie-cutter matchup, you're probably out of your freaking mind.
Yeah, you're probably the kind of guy who gets, like, the gold pick'em because you're dumb. You know what I mean? Like,
right, yeah. The guy who shoots
that,
gold
that major with all the upsets and you get everything right, like you're not smart. You're actually not smart. Oh man. Okay. Well, wow. This 2 clutch rounds turns into an Eco versus Navi. Not easy rounds to win at all. Like at all. Every other team would be 0-7 versus Navi at this point. So yeah, this is a real clash of titans here, number 1 and number 2 in the world, showing us why they are those ranks.
The moment we get into the gun rounds as well, pace slows down here. See Simple just trying to find Kenny S. Kenny, he's been at the top of middle early, he's been over towards A ramp, and at the current moment, well, he's walking up underpass of all places. Electronic, I love this position. He's going to go ahead and peek mid off of Simple, missing the shot. Nexus does take one off the window. Electronic just 180 after 180, trying to keep mid under control. 3v3, and Simple, well, he's going to drop that smoke as Kenny gets in the window. And Kenny's already tagged up, so he's working with minimal health. Oh my god! The quick shot into the head of Simple. Just total execution in the jungle. Kenny is the king.
Man. Say that in the presence of Simple. Those big words. You forgot Simple was here. That's how fast that was. I mean, that was blazing fast, man. Holy smokes. Yeah, the window room control meant the world. Obviously, this is another great start from Navi. Crazy that we're at this position where now G2 are back into the round. Boomich, though, could potentially kill Kenny S. Look at that big long scope just sticking out of the corner. And it's a headshot where it doesn't even need to be. He was low, but the upgrade in from Boomich. Oh, and the off shot on the cross.
That's huge. That's going to force Hunter into the 1 versus 2. He's looking to maybe find timing on window, but bomb's not planted on that side, so instead he's just going to commit to CT. And how does the defense get him out of here? Well, Boomich has 1 flash if they want to try to aggress him, or if they anticipate the peak. But off the first bomb tap, he doesn't move a muscle. Hunter, he's going to go back in. He denies Boomich, and now that pulls the diffuser off, and Hunter, he jumps the gun, goes back for the second fight. Perfecto's going to best him, and Perfecto getting Navi to 5.
Just barely. By a oh my god, he doesn't win it! Who's better?
Oh,
it takes too long. He doesn't get back on the bomb at time. It seemed like he was going to grab it. I can't believe what we're witnessing already. This game is delivering on every front right now. Let's see the shot again for Kenny S. Pow!
Dude, Simple hits the dirt instantaneously. Damn, I can't believe I called that one wrong. Perfecto. Oh, that's got a sting right down to the wire. And look at the result of that. We've got a full-fledged buy back up from G2 and just a scout for Navi on Simple. My bad. Oh, my bad.
Wow. Yeah, the economic punishment from these rounds is insane versus Navi. Like, Navi are actually building up a loss bonus off of the start, even though these rounds have been so close. Just the Deegs up. It's got to be frustration in the Navi camp.
Thing is, you don't want to get flustered too early here. You know, we've had some wild rounds already. Hearts are pumping. Electronic. Ooh, he dodges that grenade. Looked like it could have done some damage.
Oh, it's going to be a good goddamn series.
Yeah, it's going to be such a good day. Dude, we have G2 and Navi on one side of the upper bracket, and then FaZe versus Big, a matchup I don't think many people expected. But, I mean, who would have even expected Big to be here, let alone for FaZe to be looking so good so quickly with Bemis? I mean, but that's a story for another day. How can we focus on anything other than what is at hand? You know, it is just the pistol round, so maybe we can talk through it, but so far so good. Bomb's going to come up from Connector. That's the A site completely clear. They dodge that 3-man stack at B, and for good reason, because the one player who walks over there, poor Jax, okay, poor Jax, we are talking just the pistols for Navi. He's already 0 and 7. He walks around Catwalk and just gets banged out. G2's still going to win the round, but poor Jax, man, rip.
I mean, you can't get mad at anyone for being 0 and 7 in this match. These guys are like heavy hitters right now. Everyone just came out of the gravity chamber, wherein like they've been training. It feels like for years in the hyperbolic time chamber. They've come out to play one Counter-Strike match, and this is what they're all leaving it on the table for. This is one of those games. Like Vanity was talking about, you DM 6 hours the night before, and then the day of, and then come through.
It's so reassuring to me to see these dirty Deagle plays going down and around that Navi have no business winning. Oh, they even take Kenny with it. Hunter, he barely survives on 1 health, so that's a very cost-effective round for Navi, undoubtedly.
Yeah, definitely, yeah, it's good. Yeah, keep it close, of course. This is the only goal on these eco rounds. So the setup is for Navi. It's not a situation where they need to call a pause. They have good setups. It just gets so tense with these individual plays they need to trade. It just looks so hard to trade when you have these multi-frags coming out from Nexa, from 10AS. They just look like they're almost untradeable. Both situations, the spacing is almost perfect, but this time to kill is so low on both frags that you can't even be mad that they weren't traded. 10AS holding for that simple peek off short. It's not coming this time around. Where is Kenny, or where is Simple? He's going around to the A site, maybe trying to. I think he's. Yeah, he's just.
Ooh.
Oh wow, he's anticipating the A hit late. It's not though. It's B.
Electronic, he's between the smokes. He just almost popped up and found Kenny on the catwalk, but Kenny's able to just walk by the base of connector instead. And now we're going to get that B flashbang parade going. Perfecto on the back of bench. He gets one with a grenade, but he offsets his own crosshair. Flamey, he's going to allow a player to cross, but that's a second headshot. We've got Jackson next to both low. Kenny, though, comes in from Cat and stops Simple. That's the op versus op duel favoring G2. But here comes Electronic into the bomb site, taking two heads and forcing everything onto Kenny. He's going to sprint up the catwalk, misses the shot, and Electronic coming in big. 4 frags on the B site. We're all tied at 5.
Electronic, he knows the pin, baby. He knows the password. That's it. I can't believe this. Yeah, even stops the plant. There's no cover on that plant. Nexa not in the perfect position to defend against this. Electronic throws caution to the wind by pushing out early, but he's rewarded for the play, and he's even able to kill every single person from there on out, on top of denying the plant, which is kind of all he was going for. The name's Jug. The name's Jug. What did I say? I read it like it was Jugi. Jug. Jax is the 5th player to go 007 at Dreamhack Masters EU plus NA, and the second to do it versus Navi. Is that okay? That's why. So it is like Yugi, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why I read it like that. All right. Okay.
Look at you. You're clairvoyant.
I thought it was a different Jug point. Yeah. All right. Okay. That was like Jughead or something.
Jughead,
right.
Yeah. Little Archie. You're aging
Archie.
yourself.
Yeah. I used to go in to buy those in the grocery store line. I used to buy Archie
What,
comics.
comic
You guys remember? Yeah. Archie comics.
Digital era.
Oh shoot. My boomer is showing.
Yeah, put it away, would you? You're Simple. Ooh,
that's
missing
an
a shot.
Yeah. A game like this, man, those are the shots you cannot miss. It's a free opening. Of course,
And yeah, I was going to say that would be Jax going 0 and 9, so maybe Simple just gives the poor guy a chance. But Hunter gives no chances in mid. He burns Flamey out of the corner as Kenny through smoke takes Simple down with just the Galil. That one's going to have to sting. Navi, they do not want to get economically reset yet again.
Now last one was real tricky.
cards.
Now last one was real tricky too, because they did the B lean, but this time they did it with mid control, which has almost always looked like they were going back to A. The only other 2 times they went B is the full B, the one where Kenny S went A ramp, but this time he was in the op and mid. So they did a good job of making Navi guess. And of course, Navi still won the round because of Electronic, but that's the state of the game right now.
Here's Perfecto playing from bench, trying to manage what he can, and it's a labored effort, but he's still standing long enough for Boomich to get out from the market. Quick flick over to Kenny, stops him in his tracks, and we've got a tense situation for Boomich. He is all alone, and that USP cuts down another. It's Hunter on 20 health, AK in hand. He finds him, trying to hide. You can run, but you cannot escape the Hunter.
Yo, he's in the woods looking for you. He laid the bear trap down. He caught the Boomich. Oh my god. They actually pulled this one back. They didn't even have the guns to do it, really, right? They had... How many AKs do they have on this round?
Not enough for everyone. That's for
yeah, not enough for everyone. They've got 3 Mac 10s
Smack
after
Daddies.
that round.
And that could tell us that they're going to change up the pace. Let's get a little aggressive. Let's spank Navi around a little, perhaps. Let's see. It's just going to be the straight-up commitment off the utility. And the defense, they're going to be playing close. We've got Boomich outside of the ramp, Electronic by his side. That's just the FAMAS and M4. 1 smoke. But they get proactive. And the longer G2 take, the closer Boomich gets.
It doesn't look like they're going to counter Boomich's position if they drop directly in front of him. No ops as well to stop this A-ramp setup. It could be a good situation for Navi. You think this is scary for the CTs? This is kind of what they want.
Yep, definitely. First one goes well, but do they anticipate Electronic being up close? Amanek tries to peek it. Bomb's been dropped, and Electronic smokes him off. Now, getting a little bit more space. Kenny, he tries to push through, and that's going to cost him. Hunter has the element of surprise, but Flamey, the Sixth Sense, turns back and snaps this one into Navi's favor. This game is so back and forth. We are 12 rounds deep, tied at 6 apiece.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong whispers in his ear, "Look behind you." Oh my god. There it is. Hunter. Hunter X hunted. Good night. Yeah, wow. Okay. Tech timeout called. The setup is great. The read is right. A full A hit, and they have the double A ramp setup with the smoke, with the trade potential to make Kenny come through. He had no choice. His teammates, he's got to get through the A ramp so his teammates can help crush the site. He's got to trust himself to hit the shot. And you can see the way that Electronic is moving around. He expected that. The breach made. Electronic has more enemies flash than utility damage. I think that's okay. Round 13. I think both stats are good. Both stats are good. More, a lot of utility damage would be great. But, if there's a lot of enemies flashed, that's also great.
Unless it's like 4 enemies flashed and 3 utility damage. The numbers really tell the story in that one.
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yeah. Statistics can tell whatever story you want.
Elliot writing narratives. Here comes Kenny. Tech 9 in hand, trying to close this distance, but it's an intimidating endeavor with Simple on the other side. It's a labored endeavor, and yet he's delivered. Over towards the B site, we get an exchange of kills, and the bomb's spotted, so it decides to double back. Electronic could call for reinforcements, but it looks like Navi hold 2 on A.
Yeah, the wait now. I like this. Mid-round reset. They've got pressure on a couple of spots, plus they denied information in Banana, so that fog of war is valuable to them for the moment. Yeah, they can freely come back if they'd like to. Of course, the guns could tell the most important part of the story at the moment. Smoking a window is quite interesting. It's going to drag some attention from the CTs and hold just in case there's going to be some kind of lurk play. I'm sure the T's are reading into this as though it is a passive setup for the CTs. Not much more incentive for them to make some kind of aggressive move. So window, kind of a smart place to go to. But what can they still get of this if the CTs are watching the back of window?
Boomish is so committed to this position. And he even takes the incentive to peek around the corners. He's trying to gather this info. He knows that he is the one-man hold, and he's not going to jump the gun on that. He does decide to go back. Nexa just blows him away, and Flamey instead is going to have to try and take up the position, but the flank from Hunter's so good. He finds the timing because he heard Flamey sprinting away from that. And Electronic, he's planted out of the sight. This is done.
Dude, that's unbelievable. First of all, because Nexa gets a P250 kill, everything becomes possible for the T's. That you need a miraculous frag like that when you've only got P250s. But Hunter jumps by the window, baited out the shot from Flamey, and then came back through the mortar hole when he heard the rotation come in. So called out that emergency CT move. And from Flamey's perspective, he's thinking that the guy in window, well, he's just going to continue on to the A side. No chance of getting flanked. He's got to be so furious about that. G2, they play that perfectly in the 3v3. Of course, it comes because of that crazy P250 kill, but they did what they could, and they seem to be aware of every single CT position once again.
Works. The mid-round does look great.
That's the most important part, right? They did seem to be aware of what the CTs could do, and then they played to their best of their ability, and then that's why they won. Whoa, that's so nuts for
Also
Navi.
Nexa. I mean, and you could see it from Nexa's perspective. You could see Boomich trying to keep eyes on Palace first, and then he would also extend a bit, check out ramp, check out connector, but it's the connector and Palace peak simultaneous, so even if Nexa doesn't hit the quick headshot, there was a second player there.
Angle holder. Electronic has taken the opening duel in 36.6 of Navi rounds at Masters. He's won 65% as a CT, but 30% on the T side prior to this map. Okay, well, 36.6 is a very high number. In terms of opening duels in all of the Navi rounds, that's an incredibly high number, again, for such a high fragging player. So the success rate is another story, but just the attempts is also, I think, kind of a staggering amount. Comparatively, we talked about Art. I think he had 44, which is like higher than any other player.
Yeah, the highest in the world.
Highest in the world.
And if I remember that stat line correctly, like even the second and third are kind of like in the high 30s. You know, like nobody's over the 40 point except for him.
And this was just one map for electronic.
Ooh, he is 20% of Navi, 36% of their entry. Nearly doing the job of two.
100% reason to remember the name.
Yeah, give you that. Ooh, remember that one, Kenny. Scout shot through the wall, through the head.
It just takes your breath away, doesn't it? The scout shots. It's just such an airy shot. Like, you don't really. It's just the wisp of the wind that you hear.
It's the clap. It's the clap of that SSG-08. And he's going to try to extend here. He's doing the damage. Or at least he's trying his damnedest. But he gets Molotov back into the depths of the site. They have these T's completely crunched on. But Jax is still sitting on top of the cat rafters. Funnily enough, just holding here. 50 seconds remain. We get that Palace peak coming out of Amanek. He could extend into Simple, who's already low HP. Jax has managed something over towards middle as well, so they are clawing their way back into this. The 3 versus 4, the 3 versus 5, whatever it damn be, it was against them. And G2 have managed well so far. Perfecto's down, Boomich out of the round. G2 coming in with 8.
Yeah, they're constantly staying active. Love how Amanek was not just going to sit there, seize up, and wait for something to happen. Went and tried to make up for the fact that Simple was getting more confident. This is a crazy shot by him. And then another trade comes out on the A site. The rotation comes in. Amanek says, I'm not scared of a scout. Okay, he drops under balcony, peeks into firebox, opens the round up again. Open for business.
Uh-oh. Missing the jump there, Simple.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. He only misses once per round, and he missed the jump first and foremost. So the shot on point. Beautiful stuff. Don't forget for a moment, we have had 3 1vx situations this round. This half picked up by G2. So yes, they are leading, and they could finish this half with a 9-6 advantage, but that would be the difference in the 1 versus 1s, literally making the score count.
No, we could totally look at Navi setups and say they were great. They were great setups.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not like they slouched on talent either. You know what I mean?
We get the peak, we get the push. Perfecto holds for the moment. Now, perfect timing. He's going to drop that bomb carrier and the second man as his teammates pick up frags all around him. This is Navi finishing the first half at a single round deficit. That's it. That's all. And I would argue that as this half went on, Simple just looking better and better. Kind of a colder start compared to Kenny, who has some solid op shots, but actually finishes the half with at least a -3. He's down to 23 HP as this one comes to a close. So the 1vx's and the economic ramifications all playing to the favor of G2. Join us after the break for the second half of Mirage.
Darkest regions wrapped in a cloak of light. Minus the focus highs, I'm trying to get my O's right. Throw my doubts aside, I climb the mountainside. And when I reach the peak, the view I see will not be fly. Feel the pressure, but it's relative to the man I measure. No time for hesitation, finally time to step up. And when you're feeling deep in your bones and your zone, you're fed up. You're close to the glass ceiling, keep your head up. See your dreams as a goal, that's how I'm seeing mine. Achieve my full potential, let all of the demons pre my shine.
I hang on every word you say. Don't wanna question, but I'll drive you away. I hang on every word you say. Don't wanna question, but I'll drive you away.
Don't wanna drive you. Yes, we work the blueprint. My philosophy is more than some long talking. It's embodied in the movement. Stepping the gears up, leaving them stuck in the rear. I move at a million miles an hour. The power is through the fearless. The gems are serious. I handle my business imperious. You are my fireman, so flames are deleterious. Sent from the most high, and I know it with oil's various. The come bring is scariest. Emotion so it come airy then. Now it's time to roll. I chant the Gideon's chant and keep the most high close to my heart, and then I go.
I hang on every word you say.
pistol round win and a 4-0 start for Navi before G2, well, they went ahead and pulled that emergency break, clawed back the half to their favor, 8 rounds on the T side of Mirage. But we swap on over to the defense, where we hope for Jax's sake he can get a couple more kills, because it's all him on A with 5 players of Navi coming in, and the poor guy gets gushed instantly. Oh man, let's see if these CTs can come bail him out of deep waters, because right now he's just treading, hoping that nobody actually comes over at him in CT spawn, and they haven't. Navi instead, they've gone 3 players deep inside of jungle. Electronic, he's going to turn his head, shutting down the connector push, so this is going to be a tough situation for G2 to unroot Navi from. They've got deep ground being held onto. Perfecto burned, but Flamey, he gives that great cover. All the while, Jax has managed to just slip onto the bomb site. He's got the kit, he's got the headshot tap, but down he goes. Big pistol for Navi.
It's just too much pressure, just firm pressure on every single choke point, just like a voracious amount of map control that they wanted to hold on to, CT control and jungle. There was absolutely no place for the CT to stand without taking a fight with T's all across the map, jumping across their screen, and yeah, just crazy frags. Again, man, tough situation for Jax. One of those games you get dinked by a Glock from all the way across A sites. It's just one of those matches right now, unfortunately for Jax. And yeah, it's 8-8. The buy up here in the counter force. We'll see what G2 can do on their CT side. It was a lot of individual heroics in the first half to bring them to this point, but still, man, it didn't seem, it's like totally what you expect of those players. So it's good to see Kenny playing a great game still, like, and that's what Simple playing a great game too.
Yeah, but let's not take our eyes off of Hunter whatsoever. 14-11 at the start of the last round.
Yeah,
a little empty-handed in the pistol, but we forget about that one. We move along.
Yeah, no,
tagged up.
Next, the 1v3 to his name. Oh man, so many clutches already.
Yeah, all of which, of course, don't forget, go the way of G2.
Yeah, that's true. It's very rough. You know, that eco round 1 by G2 as well in the first half. Oh, it starts to pile on. Bad read here from the CTs. Crowding up on the A site. We don't technically know if Navi are going to throw a fake, but it looks like they're full committing. Train into the B site to an open site. And CTs will already have to think about saving. Nice little break for once.
Yeah, finally, right? I'm sure like their guard is still up because nothing has come this easily for the entirety of Mirage so far. But it's just a straight up bomb plant here for Navi. All 10 players alive. And I think G2, at the end of the day, hey, at least you get to move all of this stuff into the third.
Yeah. So in terms of map picks, this is the pick of G2. So, they had to get every one of those clutches in the first half. Like, this is the map they need to win. It's not an easy map. It's not going to be an easy series from any of the maps that we see. And of course, because these teams number 1 and 2 ranked, there is just going to be a lot known about each other, specifically, both fighting to keep their spots. G2 trying to get one over Navi. So the 5 alive is the best thing about this round, I'd say, for kind of both sides. Navi score the bomb plant. They won't have to upgrade anything. G2 don't have money to buy just yet, but they have lots of armor, and they could try another gamble stack if they'd like to. They also have the 3 smokes. I think they were going to try to scare Navi into going through smokes on A. Split up in the 3-2 right now.
On May 20th, Nexa tweets, quote, "Friendship ended with Dust 2. Mirage is my new best friend. Just
Good.
kidding, we're bad on both."
Okay, true.
But here they are
Yeah.
facing some of the best that the best that Mirage and Dust 2 have to offer in Navi. So, nice memes, man. I know what you're up to, G2. I know what you're up to, Nexa. The map veto mastermind.
Yeah, despite the self-deprecation, of course, both teams extremely terrifying on Dust 2. Just for Oppers alone, just because of the Oppers by themselves.
Nice flash.
Good 4-second blindness.
Boomich comes back like, what day of the week is it? Where am I? He's going to find the angle versus Nexa, so that is the first casualty here of the round. And nice movement, Boomich. Just cutting through the air into the back.
You wouldn't expect it.
Oh! Boomich does it better. He's just going to go ahead and hop down to the bottom of connector as well. That should be heard by Jack, so he'll call the audible, but all the while, Navi taking A by storm. Jax, just the deagle, all he seems to need. Electronic's going to plant that bomb in the sight line of the CT, who then tags up Flamey. This is a bit of a scary situation. It's still not favored for G2, but ever closer we go. Bullet by bullet, we are cut down to the 2 versus 2. They've got another player pinned into the back of the bomb site, and then there's Perfecto with health on ramp. The Deagle's looking for him. The time's ticking quickly. There it is from Jax, but Perfecto peeks back, and Jax, he needs to find the solution. One shot, one chance, and he's missing his Deagle as Perfecto just burns down the
Redemption!
time. He'll get the frag, but not the round. That's Navi taking 10.
From 0 and 7 to the 7 and 14 as we move into the second half. He knocks down, $20,000 in equipment value, so it's totally, a round that you can't just shut off just because he didn't actually win. It's a huge amount made here for G2 in the grand scheme of things, besides actually getting the round. Big frags. I mean, sometimes, say Navi save with 3 and he gets a defuse. Well, they still have those guns for the next round. This is a situation where he actually has a huge dent in the overall economy and landscape of this next half, potentially, with those 4 kills. So, not inconsequential by any means. And we know Jax has been on form recently. He was a big question mark for the roster, but clearly also a focal point when they're doing well. And Simple immediately gets taken out. I don't think he expected... I don't know. It seemed like he couldn't even see anything through that Molotov, just favoring the CTs in that spot.
No. What you doing, Electronic? You're 16 and 8 at the moment. That's pretty damn impressive. And he clips one off of the back of the A site. Nexa, he's trying to move through the smoke, and Perfecto's gonna keep him pinned. Nexa trying to take that duel. It was the straight up 1 versus 1, so this opens out a huge option for Navi, because look at the deep CT control from G2. They would have been primed in a perfect position had that bomb just started to walk inwards. But now, even with the kill from Perfecto, we don't see that rotate moving over. It seems like they still want to stick to A, but G2 will out-rotate themselves. This could be perfect amounts of patience from Navi.
Yeah, we'll see let's see how far they pull out. I mean, they might... Looking like they're trying to just cover mid first, but player in CPL, he's tucked in tightly. He's fine. He's here to catch rotates. Oh, they're heavy rotating over to B to get some information. Nobody's here on the A site now. It's open for it completely. One player on the mid will also get caught. The op goes down from Almanac. That's in a safe spot for the T's to watch on top of the bomb plant going down on A.
Boomich, brother. That was your call. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Makes total sense as well, I think, for G2 to start questioning the rotate over to the B site. Perfecto getting the kill in the apartments is huge. And, damn, that's just the big brain play. They wait, and it works out well.
Yeah, sometimes, the waiting, it's simply like taking slow to get set up just has a double effect, right? Like you're going to have to walk to get set up, but the CTs, they'll just, as a symptom of that, get scared, start to spread out a little bit more, overthink their stack. And G2 here, it's both ways a gamble. They don't split up evenly. They go for B completely. Oh my God, Flamey, giving them no time to think. Absolutely no time to think. Both players in the save eviscerated. 8 to 11 here for G2. Oh my goodness. What?
Here's the big one from Perfecto. Just spams the smoke and then an immediate reposition. Now that was the beauty of it too, right? Spam smoke, repositions, anticipates the peak, gets the instant headshot, goes back to the
He waits.
Yeah, perfect. Just hits it on the head. So now Navi, this T side just rolling at the moment. We have had 0 round wins for G2 Esports ever since they swapped the defense. And it has been Navi running through them. Poor guys weren't even afforded their save. I really got to hammer that point home. Flamey just executing everybody, and Boomich catching Kenny on catwalk, taking the op away. I mean, they've left G2 in shambles.
Yeah, establishing a mid, using a couple of grenades here just to shy off any mid push. No CT crunch on mid. They're just going for that gamble once again. Perimeter of the B site. all of these different spots from the CTs. But Navi's still low on information, so they're going to try to make an informed decision before they move out. Bomb will have to be recollected, but again, no pushes that they're trying to suss out. Everything in window's been cleared out, smoke down. We'll see if the CTs move.
And if they move in the wrong direction with only 20 seconds left.
Yeah, they are limited on information, so this time it's the patience for G2 ends up being the right thing.
Yeah. Flash goes past. Oh my god, Perfecto trying to pirouette into the apartments. Now Nexa's got his hands on a gun. It's a good spray down for the first. Simple missing off shot Deagle from Nexa. He gets the 3-piece alone in apartments on the pistol round of all things. 20 seconds for Electronic in a 1 versus 4 on this B site. No bomb. He is done. That is all Nexa all day.
Indomitable in the B apartment, sitting there in the kitchen. You're not allowed in, my friend. It's too hot for y'all. I'll grab this deagle. Flash goes right past. Don't know specific lineup to catch all the deep angles, or if it could have been more shallow and still covered everything. But he had no trouble dodging that. Tough situation. Clearing left as opposed to right here from Perfecto. He tries to do both and get some info, but the second trade is not even close enough. I think it's the guy who throws the flash who's the other rifler. So Simple is not in a great position to try to trade that. And yeah, that's how she goes sometimes. I'm shocked G2 ended up winning that round. Of course, it's all because of your boy Nexa.
We've got to put Nexa at the top of the Deagle list, but I write facts, not narratives. Electronic now has 1 more utility damage than enemy's Flash, but you know what, Elliot? You still haven't given us the numbers. Where's the transparency? Where's the transparency, Elliot? I don't trust
why are you being opaque? Come on.
Give me your
Let's at least get
while we're at it.
Let's at least get the translucent here.
Hunter, bottom of connector. Easy first frag as Boomich just jumps into his death. So a 5 versus 4 out the gate for G2's gun round. Not something they've had all too often, and not something they'll get many more of if they don't start putting CT rounds together. That was their first round 1 on the defense, thanks to Nexa. Let's see if they can convert right off the back.
Yeah, opening 5v4, you'd think they should win this, 80% of the time. This is one of those stats, it just becomes more and more apparent at this level. So, see if they can push that to a win. But no one seems to be safe on any round in this game. Close ARAM setup for Jax, but he's got no support on this one. Just a late trade farther back. Oh, he's sussing all the way down the ARAM. He's going to hear the drop-off, too. I don't know if this gets clear. Perfecto, he's looking for it. Oh, crouches right under the angle. Headshot, bullet through the eyes of Jax. Kenny S is the fallback plan, but it's 4-4 now for Navi.
Yeah, they're going to dump those mollies. CT's burning out the entries, and we do have Amanek flanking around, but it seems like Navi, they're going to try to hit this one hard, looking to puncture through the A site. They're a little stagnant over towards the stairs, unable to find much, but Electronic blinded, still taking down Hunter. Now that's going to enable the bomb to go down on the front side of Connector. This, just like the pistol round, is the post-plant preference for Navi. Amanek deleted inside of the palace, and now Nexa and Kenny, it's going to be so difficult for them to even get out of CT spawn, let alone defuse the bomb. They're in a 2 versus 4 with 1 flashbang. Ouch, this one is it. So off of Nexa's 3-piece last round, the gun round falters on A.
Yeah, as you brought up, the only round they've won so far. And, an off-shot miss. Another round where they don't even save guns, it looks like. Man, blame ye. He's got laser-sharp precision at the moment, especially with these exit kills. Nobody's holding onto their guns, op or not. 18 and 13. T-side, fantastic performance from him. And this opening kill, he thought it would mean the world, especially rotating back to 8. Jax, though, gets caught off guard, even though he gets such an intimidating amount of map control there on the A-ramp, clearing out all of the places that you'd throw. Maybe a jungle smoke, a couple of flashes over the A-ramp. Nobody's there. Perfecto's awareness is what allows Navi to pull it back to a 4-on-4.
All right, all the economy on the line. Nothing saved from the 21st round for G2. They are trailing by 3, and Boomich to be tested at the bottom of middle. He's going to body bag Hunter immediately. Simple and Boomich somewhat tagged up by the utilities, but all is good in the Navi camp. They've got the mid control, they've got close apps presence. I mean, they're just cranking up and getting ready to execute on B.
Yeah, Flash isn't what they expected.
Or not.
Yeah, well, yeah, looked like it for a moment. Look, the CTs are the ones they're playing the guessing game. They're scrambling. But all the while you spend scrambling through CT spawn, means you're going to be lacking on some serious forward aggressive information. So yeah, now they're going to start to push up into the A ramp. 3 players here, close setup. Good call here from G2. Reading this correctly. Now this is the setup where you're protected, you have support, you have a way to trade.
This could be a very crucial Molotov for Nexa. Burn some HP down, and if he hits it at the perfect timing, then we're looking at Navi with either low HP or 15 seconds left to actually execute. Jax is in the corner with the fire, with the bomb, and Nexa continues on, smoking off Simple, who's just deciding to run right through it. There's no bomb here for the other Ts, and it is desperate for Navi. They get completely shut out of the A site. G2, they had to gamble that internal struggle of A or B, and they hit it on the head. That's double digits for the Frenchman, and only a 2-round lead.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds where the 4v5 ends up winning. This time it's for the CTs. This time it's the CTs who only have had one other round win in the half. So really good stat for G2. A nice call from Nexa to do this setup. It's sacrificing his teammate to the fire gods and pushing Simple this time into a situation where he's the one who has to push through a smoke to try to net a frag backwards. 2 riflers dying in front of him means the round is pretty much already lost, and he has to make some kind of heroic play to pull it back. So not a surprise once again. We saw Kenny in the very same position, but we see the power of these close ARAM setups when you know it's going to be an A hit. Kind of like, actually, not G2 playing without mid.
Okay, talk to me on.
Can be scary, but if they're going to not get the kills in mid, it can be better maybe to see what they can do in the 5v4. Because they've lost around 5v4 because of mid, and they won around 4v5 despite it with a good gamble. But what about 5v5 into the late round? It could be unexplored here. And, you know, this is a great round for Navi to think about B and a split towards it, but we don't know. We don't know what Navi are thinking. G2 have shown a propensity to kind of hit both sides. I don't think we know that they're going to be going A.
I can agree with that. I think the evidence is just in G2's occasional indecision. You know, never quite sure where to rotate over. They may just hold A because it worked. And Electronic, he's able to tuck into the side of Connector. We do have 4 players for Navi here in Connector, and Kenny S catches the first one, but he is mollied out of position, he is blind, and it's not going to get any easier from there. Navi, 20 seconds left over. They're going to go ahead and take Nexa off of the rotate. They still need to sink their teeth into the bomb site, and there's 3 defenders here. Boomich taking down the first 2, but Hunter, he's in the sandwich, and Boomich gives the cover everybody absolutely needed. What a clash, what a crunch on that A site.
Amazing from Boomich, man. Amazing here. Like, under balcony, dead through the wood, into the trade, even the sandwich player going down. Hunter gets a kill, runs out of ammo, and can't finish off Boomich. But even at that point, he's screwed. Inside of sandwich, no support whatsoever. The setup from G2, actually pretty good. Kenny S got his opening kill. They were ready to defend against Palace and A-Ramp, and they had it off on Connector. Eyes there, Navi pushed out instantly, went for all the trades, and they won a round where they had to kill 3 defenders before they could even get a plant.
That's a big moment for Boomich. Completely drains the economy of G2. Should absolutely guarantee Navi a 14th round as well. Sure, they have to burn 2 smokes to get rid of the window, but so be it. However, let me remind everybody that Nexa was able to pull off a ridiculous 3K in a round similar to this. They are working with less, but Jax, he's got himself the first headshot. There's a dink versus Simple from Hunter, but he also gets added to the corpses. It's Amanek on 1 HP, essentially walking dead.
The reflexes are too good there for Simple. And the save is crazy, man. Can't remember the last time a game has looked this good for Navi with Simple having like an okay performance. I mean, we've seen some of the shots he's hit this game, they've been really good. It's just been a hard game to to get kills for everybody. I mean, seriously, you could be on form and still lose every duel. Just depends on the rounds. You know, if Electronic's peaking, if Boomich going to have a round like that, nobody's safe at the moment. So it's, simple, even on his 13 frags. And we still remember kind of some of the amazing shots he's hit already. Flamey Electronic just shooting for the stars right now.
Yep. Doing what they can. Navi, they called this one out perfectly yet again. So we've got 3 consecutive A plays all coming. Oh, no, it's not perfect. They go ahead and plant in the open. Nobody has the bomb. They lost. They lost the round to that.
The smoke, the smoke in jungle is just off by like 25%. There's a huge gap on that side. They could have planted anywhere opposite default, but of course the bomb planter, his vision's obscurity, can't even assume that is wide open. That's a huge misstep from a lineup, or was it a Molotov that displays the smoke? I don't know, but yeah, wow. I mean, that's a great shame to lose a round like that to time, because you have a gap on a smoke on that side. I don't even know how that happened.
Oh, dude, I was just about to make the point of, like, waiting to the last 20 seconds. They've done it properly yet again. But Boomich just dies. Nobody's walking it.
No, it's because the smoke is bad.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not a proper jungle smoke. What is that? What is that smoke?
How does that happen?
Shouldn't have to have cover if you have a smoke down properly. So whoever threw that is getting a ruler to the back of their knuckles. Not by me, probably by somebody in the Navi boot camp.
It's just all the other players. Whoever did it.
Zeus.
You know?
Zeus comes back.
Yeah, yeah. Zeus is just standing in the other room. Just kicks open the door. Who threw this?
Who missed that lineup?
Yeah, unbelievable scenes. I mean, this is wild as well. Think about the things that have kept G2 in the game, all right? We're looking at a score where it's only 2 rounds the difference, and we've had such good individual levels from certain players on G2 that the game feels close. But they have 3 1vx clutch wins that got them to this point, and every round from this CT side has boiled down to time. Like, it's not been clean from G2, but they're still going. And if you let them keep going, eventually they can figure this all out. But Electronic, it's beautiful. He comes up from connector, completely cuts off that CT push. They thought they had it in the bag. They get the 5 versus 4 on the aggressive ramp push until Electronic decides to claw them back. But it's Kenny S to still make the difference. He's got that man advantage established, and he moves his position over towards Ticket. He has so much to do alone on A, and there's no real rotate potential from G2 because this window is compromised. But Nexa still gonna take his chances walking in. Simple, he has eyes on it until just a moment ago, and Nexa now knows that he could keep walking up on this. Oh, Amanek, he finds the angle from the catwalk. Simple with 20 seconds, cut off by Nexa. It is G2 to take it over the line, and only 1 round makes the difference.
Damn, man. Electronic makes the slipperiest of plays, coming out the right side of this top connector smoke to blast both Hunter and Jax, who came through the A ramp to kill the Palace Lurk. Once again, I like the setup from G2 to avoid mid, but try to get a kill elsewhere. This time, A ramp has been not their friend. They try to go ahead and isolate them while they think that Navi are working on mid control. They get a good amount of information, they get a frag, but as soon as they come back, they get punished. Still, they lose because, of course, Kenny S. He was fully alert the entire time. Made sure to trade both there and on the window lurk. So that was a pain point for G2. They were wide open in the window. Kenny S. made sure to remember that. Still, no telling who's going to win this match.
No, you can't. I mean, again, G2 has the momentum, but I just made that point, right? It's like they have gotten here because Navi let them. I would argue Nexa kind of kicked it off with that 3K Deagle piece over in the apartments. Sure, that was one thing, but we have had back and forth rounds for the 5 prior to what we just got. And now the eco, a result of it. So this is GQ 100, I retract that, 90%. Getting this
all stats are going out the window in this match. All the important ones we know about 5v4s, opening kills, clutches. I mean, none of this stuff is... None of the stats about the dominant team and how they're playing well actually matter anymore. It's literally about these crazy heads-up plays. I mean, the information plays, great shots being hit, clutch rounds being win, everything to throw in the face of consistency. Hunter, okay, he brings it back.
Yeah, easy mode down there for the first first two, peeks into the third, and Simple's G250 is enough to overwhelm, but that gun's empty. Oops. Next, able to trade it, and we're all tied up at 13. But again, we shouldn't be. This was allowed by Navi recently, and sure, they're going to buy back, but we're on the backstretch. Less than 5 rounds to go.
Yeah. Final few yards here before the end zone. And seriously, no idea who's gonna catch the pass at this point. Let's see, double smokes out to mid. Nexa initiates with the Molotov, with the incendiary triple mid push this time around. But it's not heavy mid by Navi. It's actually more pressure towards A. This favors, once again, I'd say the CTs, because they've got 3 fast rotates over to A plus mid control, so they don't have to worry about connector. However, the A-ramp crush is coming out. We've got Jack spotting, but does he know they're at Tetras already?
I don't know, man. He's getting bombarded by utilities, so this is definitely going to call Hunter back into action on A. He peeks the top of stairs, doesn't know that there's already a player just beneath him, too. Two, in fact, they're head boosting. They're boosting on sandwich so that somebody could wrap around stairs if they choose to. It looks like the CTs are just going to try to contain this at jungle, at the ticket. Forfeit a little bit of bomb site control to just envelop Navi.
He made noise. They made noise. They had to give it up. That's a weird situation. They have no smokes left over. This is all about the snipers.
One of the last flashes, Kenny, yes. He just flicks it back up, and it's flawless. Perfecto, 1 versus 5. They boiled it down to when there was no utility left, and G2 take it with ease.
Oh my god, it's crazy how much rests upon the thought of boosting silently there, because without that, first of all, like thunder, Kenny S. heard around the world with these flick shots, man. That's nuts that he kills Kenny in that, or that he kills Simple in that spot. But if they had got the silent boost upstairs, no one was actually watching that. But once they made noise, they had no choice. Seriously, a missed jump, someone didn't uncrouch. And they couldn't make that move.
Yeah, and now there's blood in the water. G2 trying to gobble up Navi, trying to get this 15th round on the board as fast as possible. Good connector peak for Hunter. 23 and 21 for him at the moment.
Yeah. Finally find some consistency here. Really bad start to the CT side, but everything comes back into their favor. And it looks like no more pistol round antics here from Navi. Finally, G2 will allow the game to settle down. And it looks like Navi, they're still going to try to go for it. G2 split up the talent, 2 to a site. Everybody get a kill.
Molly's not going to fluster anybody for the defense. Off shot from Amanek. And then the execution. 15 rounds for G2 confirmed. This is a wild run. I'm going to, again, say it. They were gifted a chance back into this. Don't forget that, Navi, they win the first 4 rounds of CT side. They win the first 4 rounds of the T side. That's 8 of their 13. The other 5 sprinkled amidst the, chaos of it all. Economic woes definitely didn't pay any positive points. Simple. He's just going to be posted on the ramp waiting, and Jax walks right into it. So a 5 versus 4 for Navi. Very good for them to pick up an opening duel. This man advantage could be huge. Why not OT?
Yeah, it means the world. And they call out the overarching theme of the setup here for G2. Stop any late A-ramp pressure, but Flamey, he gets into his spot now comfortably. Hunter will try to look out for him, but he spots feet first, and then 5v4 becomes a 5v3 that easily.
So who's going to step up big? Which of the last 3 members of G2 has a multi-kill spray down in him? If any.
Flamey, he's ready for this. I don't think he loses this. He grabs that headshot, and a 5v4 turns into a 5v2 just like that off the 1 kill from Kenny S.
Ooh, okay, Kenny.
1 kill from Simple, and I say Kenny S, and he chimes in. They need a save, though.
Yes, sir. This is it, round 30.
Actually, you know what? Round 30, they have they have enough money to buy next round. They don't want to save, actually. They have a very low chance of going for it, but yeah, they've got enough money to get as many ops as they want next round.
Or you just save the money for overtime.
Yeah, just rollover dollars. Yeah, like your rollover minutes for your phone plan to roll into the next month. If only that's how it worked. Let's go.
Any money that you finish the map with, Dreamhack has to pay out as player bonuses.
As player bonuses, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
You didn't think James would save more often, but it's coming.
It's coming, yeah. Okay.
This is his.
Yeah, they try to just keep Navi in the sight to
Why?
get some damage in.
Oh,
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, of course.
it doesn't
Try
matter.
to take Simple back.
Inconsequential. They want to try to do some damage to Navi while they can. And yeah. They don't do it. Simple warming up a bit, man. Kenny and Simple on form like this. It's amazing to watch. It really is. It's a treat. And this is them not even having high kill games, but seriously, all the shots they've hit, unbelievable. Aim higher. 3 Navi players with 60% headshots. Nobody on G2 does. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna guess right away that's Flamey. It's probably Simple somehow, even though he's opping. And Electronic. I'm gonna go with Electronic. Oh, my second guess is actually Perfecto. On this first time, I think it's Perfecto. I'm gonna go with Perfecto, Flamey, and Electronic. Not sure how we're gonna be able to figure out if that's true or not, but maybe if we get another pause, maybe if we go to OT here.
It's true if you believe. 11 and 23 for Jax, who was once 0, 0, and 8. 41 ADR total. Now would be the round for him to drop a 3K bong, but Simple, he gets best by the secondary offer in Amanek. Electronic, however, can immediately trade that one. It was through the smoke of Connector that Electronic gets back to 4 versus 4, and that's going to give more space to mid for Navi.
Yeah, Electronic is the mid-round mogul. Comes through, makes a play when they need it. Pull this back. That would have been a terrible kill to go unanswered. For Navi, of course. Need this 30th round just to bring it to overtime. Feels fitting that we get overtime after a game like this. Good mid-control here for Navi. They're set up well. I actually wonder, wow, G2. Can't believe they're running a risk like this in this situation. Mid window's wide open. A B-lurk would win this round if someone went through the window. G2 are specifically gambling here and are about to be rewarded. Molly into Connector. They have the op in this same setup, spot Connector. It got a kill last time, plus the close A ramp setup. Oh, but Navi, they start to go back.
God, they're going to do it again. They've done this 4 or 5 times throughout this half, just rocking bomb back in the last 20 seconds. Nexa, he kicked off the CT side with the 3-player apartments hold, and this time he's going to have to do it again. Nexa, he has to be the POV for this. Bomb's coming at him. He's got the smoke just in his face. Electronic getting the A kills, but it doesn't matter. It's all about this bomb. It's all about Nexa, and he falls back to try and deal with Cat. This is going to let Navi into the bomb site with only a few seconds to spare. The post plant is up, and the CT's in despair. Amanek, he can't find anything just yet. 3 of them ahead, and the 50 damage grenade, another dunk. Get out of here! He's gonna die to Flamey through the wall. Navi keeping Mirage rolling. They should have had this in the bag. Round 24, the missed bomb plant let G2 take it to 15. But this was always Navi's map to win, and now they can do it in OT.
Yeah, oh my god, man. Some literally executive level calls being made here to pull it back in that situation. Navi were prepped on all their positions to go back. Oh wow, Kenny S narrowly avoids death there. That could have been a free opening kill for Simple. We didn't spot from his POV. Both of them taking turns missing the cat jump on CT side. But yeah, the mid round, scary, man. It's scary. You gotta love G2's gambles. They usually have made a lot of sense. They've mostly only been wrong on their eco rounds. And as for Navi, hard to read into that. Had to seriously trust your IGL to make a move like that to go B.
Big time. Yeah, and Nexa, he maybe trusted himself a little bit more. You know, he peels off of the apartments to try and deal with Catwalk so that his A rotate was a little sooner maybe. And we saw that once he fought the player with Cat, completely just pummeled by the duo in the apartments push. But here's Hunter inside of Connector, catching Electronic. None of his smoke antics this time around.
Yeah, he has been reaching for that one. He's been successful too, so you can't blame him for trying again. Of course, in the OT, everybody's got a lots of money. There's going to be mad risks being taken, lots of nades being used kind of flagrantly. Anything to get an opening kill. This would mean the world to Boomich. Grabs one, but he's within a USB shot of death. But, Simple! Your best friend covers you, and now they open up B. Amanek answers back. Oh my god. Like ships in the night. Still need the flick. He can't grab it. 2-on-2 now. Flamey burns himself to death.
He's gonna go back, grab bomb, Perfecto. Getting onto the bomb site now. He's a little bit panicked here. He's gonna go ahead for the catwalk plant. Hunter is coming in from this position. And we've got Simple just posted behind the arch. He sees the legs. That's a very narrow spray for Hunter. Grenade's gonna be great. It's enough to drop Simple out of the round. So Perfecto, he's gonna have to clutch this. He's got little HP to work with, but the AK just needs headshots. There's the first one. As he's dropped to 4 HP, he sees him just outside. And Perfecto delivers.
4 health to work with. Perfecto, the guy who was signed on for the clutch, delivers once again. Who would have guessed it? Everybody. This kid and the third kill. Oh my god, was that 4 in total that he grabbed? Yeah, the 4 kill 1v2 in the post plant. His form has been called into question recently. He's doing just fine, folks. Don't worry about Perfecto. Tell me how Flamey self-immolates. Maybe it was just a great sacrifice to the gods to imbue Perfecto with the strength to pull off that clutch.
Yeah, he's been playing Phoenix too much, I think.
Yo, he's super dead.
Yeah. Jax versus Electronic. He's right there. Right there.
God. Maintain tension. Ugh. I can't even look. I can't even look.
Come on. Come on, Jax. Do it. Do it.
I feel like they're both pulling on a rope right now. Oh my god. They give it up without realizing. Both stepping out of the fight. I mean, maybe they did exactly realize what was happening. Very aware of how much. Yeah. Is that a fresh jersey?
Alright, here we go. Smokes up and over. Let's hope they hit the mark. One to top connector, one deep jungle. So staircase not going to be nullified. We get the incendiaries in response. Meant to hold the tees off, and more mollies in the open floor. 20 seconds. Yet again, another T-sided round that is boiled down to the last few waning seconds. Boomich trying to come in from connectors, cut out of the round, but Simple's gonna keep them in this. He's gonna keep it rolling. 8 seconds left over, and nobody can stop this plant. It's Navi shooting for a 17th in OT already, unless Amanek has something to say.
Don't write him off.
Into connector, and he misses the shot versus Simple. Molotov's not going to make this any easier, and that frag grenade could have been enough to kill Simple, but it misses the mark. Both T's over on Tetris. Simple, he's going to play contact, and then Perfecto is meant to finish the clutch if Amanek gets the first one. How the hell would he get both of these frags with that off-on cycle? He's going to go ahead and tap bomb with the kit. He elicits the run-up from Perfecto, but Perfecto shuts it down, and Navi do succeed in getting 17.
Man, one of those shots, if he had gotten that kill, it would have been really hard to stop the next one. Simple was so low up there on Tetris. If that pistol had come out, seriously, a winnable clutch there for Amanek. But, man, Perfecto clutching these moments. Post-plant hero for Navi into OT. 2 rounds in a row that, couldn't have come without his plays in their totality. Nobody wants the cat jump today. Nobody wants it.
Yeah, somebody must have cranked up the gravity overnight.
Yeah, seriously.
Actually, that's not true. Boomich has had some slick movement. Just the other way around. Then again, I suppose it is easier to jump into the window than out of it.
It is, yeah, the pressure's out, pressure's off. It's technically the same, jump, you're right, but just gotta watch for that roof. That's what bumps you down. Reset from the tees.
We've seen Navi in this
mid.
Exact same position.
Yeah, this favors G2 depending on how. So it really comes down to Hunter. If he moves, he could die to underpass. If he doesn't move, they get free kills at mid, and then they also have 3 A rotators.
What's nice about this as well is Nexa just got added as the 3rd player, so he was watching top mid. He's going to go ahead and throw a smoke inside Connector here. So Connector's smoked on both sides. Nobody actually in it. Hunter, he just gave up holding underpass, and Perfecto's coming in. Perfecto, he's going to get spotted, but still, he snaps that head right off Nexa's neck. And Jax, he's going to feel this pressure. He's going to feel this heat. He has 3 Ts as he's beneath the apartments. It's been spotted by the stairs. Kenny has tagged up. Boomage, he's going to get dropped by Jax, who's activated versus Simple. He stops it. And there's the dropout from Palace. Flamey, he could still clutch this. It's going to be hard as the flank comes through. At least a 16th for G2.
Oh man, another super close round. Trades both ways. That seems so scary. Hunter actually evacuated mid and then came in on that big flank. We saw him leave mid. He could have been the first to die this round as there was a lurk in underpass. Moving out in the perfect position. Not really just looking away, moving into Connector to come through the A site, but making the most of his position up at top mid since they had established. Was the reason they grab it. Simple makes his way on a Cat early now. Cat smoke to come out. Cross is here, but the flashes are too. He'll have to drop back. Kenny moves into this long sight line. Oh, and grabs that shot on a departing Flamey.
Yeah. Just grabs him by the thigh. Slams him against the jungle wall. And we've got a 5v4 for G2.
I was getting erotic for a second, I feel like.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Grabs him by the thigh. Slowly grazes his cheek and says,
Nope, let's not dive deeper into that.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Yeah. That really did take the wind out of the sails. I don't think you're going to have a best-selling novel.
Nope, probably not.
Yeah. Okay, well, talking about tension. This A-ramp setup once again.
Oh, it's a big fight both sides, and Boomich is going to deliver, but there's another, and he's not ready for Hunter. So that bomb could still very easily cross over unless Simple has something to say, but he eats the flashbang, and now he is so pinned into this position. Kenny he's got his number, and he calls him up. Perfecto back in, 1 versus 3, top of the Palace. That's an open shot versus Amanek. He hits him in the leg, so Amanek's going to start panicking, jumps down into the cover. He should never repeat this until somebody else gets a fight. Another one confirmed here for Perfecto.
Yeah, taking him out of the
closer. Oh, he misses that one. Pistol swap, not good. G2 tie at 17, and it's anybody's map. 18 for double OT, 19 for the win.
For the win. Don't see a win on the horizon anytime soon at this point. Who knows? Crazy round here from Kenny S. And yeah, for every ounce of gold that Perfecto's worth right now to kill all his teammates first and leave him in a 1v3 means his value diminishes greatly. You can't expect him to win rounds like that every single time.
God, so much utility just being unloaded here in mid. We got the smokes, the flashes, the frags, but the fireworks are here with Simple. Headshot versus Kenny S. 5v4 to Navi's favor, and they just smoke off ramp to chill.
Yeah, that was interesting. Kenny S. How far does he come out if he doesn't spot Simple there? I guess when they established no one at mid, they made a read on the situation. And this quickly turns and transforms into a B split with the CT's backs pressed all the way up against the wall in the B site, trying to cover each other, but in very precarious spots with the correct flashbangs. It looks like the nades are coming out. The rush is in, and they're making progress.
Well, they're going to get themselves just the one. There is still the bench player. And down he goes. Flamey, empty-handed. He tried to Molotov off the apartments, but Amanek still just trudging through it. 21 health to his name after the fact. Simple drops down to underpass because he misses the jump. And Navi, they have to contemplate. How the hell do they get in on this? Pardon?
I have a tutorial on this on YouTube for everybody in the server.
Plug it.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys got to get that window down.
Wow.
Here's the retake quick. Electronic, he's trying to move in. He misses his flash. Oh, it's not going too well for Navi. They're met by resistance in Nexa and Hunter, and Simple, he's barely had targets to shoot at. Now down to just the 15 health, he's done. G2 18, it's double OT, or G2 win their map pick.
Another wise move from G2. This is 4v5. Simple wins the duel versus Kenny S on the A ramp. Remember this. Opt right there. Wow, on the sliver of an angle. Yeah, I mean, it's lightning fast reactions versus lightning fast reactions, so it's crazy. It's crazy here from both sides on the opping front. Every single point of contact seems to be a sniper's nest as well. Top cat in the window from jungle in Palace on A ramp. So many duels to start the rounds off with the AWPs.
Tension blankets the server here in the 6th round of OT.
Yeah, the thing was about the CT setup last round, they had the 2 CTs there, but they really didn't want a B play to come out, considering the fact that they were both playing from bench without any protection on Cat. No one to spot it from connector, no one to play in window spotting Cat. It was a really smart mid-round attack from G2 to use their mid-control to go there, not overthink the situation. They can't see us, we split Cat. No one around this corner, perfect. Keep running.
All of a sudden it falls silent. Nobody quite knows what's going down here, but there are 4 players for G2 stacked up in mid. Follow-up incendiary towards the window, so Flamey, he's trying to keep eyes on it. Electronic, he's just given the back of Jax's head. Hunters can still trade, and another one in the open in Boomich. But the trade train keeps giving, and it's favoring G2 for the moment. They could plant for the catwalk, but that would lead Simple to shut them down. 20 seconds left. He just saw that bomb thrown over. He knows that G2, they're in a pickle. They're feeling the pressure, and Perfecto's grenade is perfect. It's picked back up by Amanek, and he's trying to find a safe spot to plant, but Simple, he's coming in from connector. Down he goes. Nexa giving the cover. They're rushing the bomb. There's 6 seconds. He needs to frag or plant. Plant now, and he's missed it. This is Navi double OT.
Off the nade from Perfecto to deny the plant, and even with the kill from Nexa onto Simple, we come to double OT because there's just no more time. Everybody pushing map control to the limits here at mid. We looked at that as them drawing out every second, working on something the whole time. Navi delaying as long as they possibly could, making these trades as hard as possible, forcing them to come up connector and take some dangerous duels. Okay, 2 rifle duels down at mid. Simple's out. We know he had money. We know he had the AWP. He just got AK down.
Jackson Hunter, a headshot apiece. As many kills for G2 as Kenny S has health now. Boomich. He's suspicious of this. And Hunter's right on the other side. He sees the legs, and it's enough for Boomich to take the duel. So at least only a 1-man advantage. But this is going to be G2 committing hard off of ramp. 3 up from ramp, 1 inside of the palace. Not necessarily needed for the entry, but maybe just to hold, because the smokes are fantastic. Completely counters off connector and the jungle, and they're going to plant for it. Completely open. This leads Jax the ability to move forward into jungle. They can keep Kenny back on ramp, tucked with low health, and even on top of that, the bomb will be exposed to Amanek if he needs to come in from Palace. This is a prime post-plant position. This is 10 on 10, as long as Navi don't throw a wrench into the works. They've got 2 players up from CT spawn, already crossing past ticket, but they've lost their third, so they are boxed in, and it's an execution by the Frenchman.
Yeah, good time for Jax to turn up. He's up 17 now. Really rough start, as we pointed out. Good second round in the second half pistol. Since then, relatively quiet here. He's looking crispy clean. 19 here for G2. Into the second OT of the game. Man, this is one of the best maps that I've ever seen, honestly, watching CSGO. Seriously. From every single perspective. All players turning up. Everybody looking in great form. This coming down to the wire. Pushing Mirage to its limits on all fronts. Gamble reads, clutches. It is delivering.
Let's travel back in time for a moment and remember that if it wasn't for the 24th round of regulation, where that bomb is planted in the open because of a bad smoke, this could have very easily been the Navi show done and dusted. but instead they trail by 1 here in double overtime. The first round of the first double OT going the way of G2, and they walk 3 out mid to start.
Smoking through the window, and CT's forfeit a bit. They've been less keen to give up map or mid control this way. Rotates heavily leaning towards B. Interesting, some connector pressure now. Navi, are they going to second guess this? However, yeah, with CPL, I mean, these signs kind of point towards A. Connector and CPL, they can clear out window. Smoke will come down on the A site. Rotation will now be drawn, but yeah, it's connector split.
Oh my god, they're running through it. Nexa, trying not to kill Hunter, does get the player off the triple box, and an instant execution versus the electronic. Bomb's gonna get planted on the site, and Navi, they gave all that space away. G2, they could have been fumbled by the ease of taking mid, but instead they decide to follow through, and they clear that site completely. This is gonna be 20 for G2, and they are gunning for the flawless T side. Kenny S this time not gonna lose that duel versus Simple. Revenge served up by Kenny S, who takes those last 2 frags. 2-round lead for G2, and 1 to go on T side.
Tell me how Kenny S has 61 ADR after that kill. What is going on in this match? The operas are not even the highlights, and all we're seeing is highlight frags out of them. Those razor sharp precision by Hunter to kill Sandwich in that spot. Man, G2 looking prime now. They look a lot cleaner now. They were winning rounds by the skin of their teeth in the first half on these clutches, but now they seem like they're actually taking a lead, both in terms of individual performances, everybody rising to the occasion, as well as all of their setups. Their T sides getting cleaner and cleaner as the rounds go on.
Back to this setup, we saw G2 in the exact same position, but instead it is electronic, standing in the no man's land. Similarly, we also had Nexa join them on Catwalk when it was them on the CT side, and that's not a piece of this situation for Navi, no sir. They've got 2 members in Connector, and their window flare falls off.
Yeah, scary, this late round pressure, and Navi can't deal with it. You know, the CTs, their time runs low on taking mid without getting there early. Low on grenades, trying to deny anything from coming down mid quickly, and whoa, holy smokes, that pick.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
that
would have been
damage,
huge.
It could matter. But yo, it's actually cat up fast.
Yep, they're going to try to pressure off Perfecto. There's 3 defenders here, though. Oh, and it looks great. Flamey, Perfecto, Electronic, a trio of frags coming in for the side of Navi. And with 30 seconds left, that midman gets sent scrambling. Hunter, lucky to be alive, as Simple ops him down to 19 early round. Flamey just on the cusp of this. Nexa, he's going to get tagged up, and it's done. Navi taking at least 1 CT round in double OT. It's their turn on the offense.
Yeah, brought to you by 16K, of course. In this setup, I mean, they were waiting kind of this entire time for something towards B, where they had that setup, they lean the opera over. It seems like they're uncomfortable when they only have the 2 players there from what we've seen. And this time, G2 read into it. Could have been, and I think they threw down a significant amount of grenades to influence the attack towards B, by putting all that connector pressure down late at the bottom of mid. The incendiary to go down, the HE to top mid, the flash in front of mid. So they got what they wanted. Any free opening kills? Well, it's Hunter to get bled down early again. 33 frags, 95 ADR so far in this match. His impact's been remarkable.
Hunter does not want to die to some kind of stray grenade. And it is occasional, but frags do go flying through the window at times.
Being played so well from both sides. Scary situation here for the T's, I'd say. Good spot in the window to stop anybody from that goes underneath. Hunter cannot help out that much, though, with the amount of damage that's been dealt to him, and the peaks will start to come in. Yeah, Hunter immediately gets blown away. Jax, he wins his duel in holes, though. This shuts down A in a big way, and Nexa in a great spot to stop any connector control.
And Navi, they've done it yet again. It's like Zeus is still at the helm somehow. Down to 20 seconds, and they've yet to commit to an execute, but it will 100% be B. Aminek scoped in on Cat, stops Boomich, simple, unable to trade, standing right in the open for Nexa. So unless it's the two apartments player to somehow bring this back, this one should be over. Perfecto and Electronic both cut down. G2, 21 rounds.
They put so much pressure on just getting the Palace frag. That was pretty much what it all came down to. They didn't have ladder room control to go B. They didn't want to go B. If they did, they would have committed a lot earlier. And they would have worked on ladder room control, but instead they needed that one frag, that one player in Palace to open things up on A. But as soon as they lost that, they would be fools to go A. Seriously. Oh my God.
Kenny. He wastes no time here in what could be the match point. 2 match points for G2 to try and close with. And then after this glorious double overtime matchup, that's not quite done just yet. Of course, we've got Dust 2 on the docket. Perfecto decides to double back into the apartments. He has at times kept them honest in apps. Done a really good job of that, trying to punish CT aggression. And it tends to be Nexa, so we've seen key rounds swung off of either of these names. And it looks like Boomich wants to add himself to the equation. Perfecto last time died to Nexa as he tried to 180. Nexa hears the flash, and he gets called out. Perfecto doesn't clear the left side, goes right for Nexa's head, and takes him out of this one. So we are in the 4v4 with 45 seconds. Jack, he's going to get the kill with the M4 on Flamey, but Electronic inside of the murder hole. He's going to cut down Aminek. It's a hop up from Kenny S. Perfecto still lingering in B, and with this pinch on Electronic, maybe they think it will be that side of the map, but in fact, the bombs rotated over, and the only person to stop this is going to be Jax. He does it. It's perfect. Peeks off the top.